So guys, today we're going to try to put in the transmission. Removed the old clutch brake and we got a new one. It's got a sticker over here that says to put it in this side first, and all you do is just slide it on the spline. You see there's two long ones that go all the way to the back. That's where the clutch brake goes on, just like that. But we're going to remove that sticker. On these 15.5-inch clutches, this is an easy pedal clutch. When you're going to be removing these bolts around, you're going to see that it's going to start pushing against the flywheel. So what you do, I cut out these 3.25-inch spacers and you wedge them inside here on the sides. That way you could remove these and everything's going to be held together. Okay guys, so I got the flywheel out. Has a new pilot bearing inside, so that's good. But you guys can see it's been leaking in here, and it even looks like some of part of the seal might be missing, because the new one is see how it's bent up? Looks like it's been leaking. So I'm gonna use the self-taping screw method to get this old one out, and we're gonna use a new special tool to press the new one in, and I'll show you guys how that is. Just like that. Came out, I'd say didn't even budge at all. And here's the new rear main seal that we have. Also has an arrow rotation to the left, and this one actually says install dry on here, and it is a two-piece. The middle spins, so it actually spins. Once it gets a little bit of oil, it just lubricates and it spins nicely. So I don't know, it says install dry, so I guess we will install it dry. Other than that, I wouldn't mind using some soap and water or some grease, but let's just press it in. Right guys, so first we bolt on this plate with that has the stud, and make sure you have this open hole for the dowel that's on the crankshaft. Once you bolt these three in, this part right here is going to be pushing up against this seal around when you tighten on this center nut. Found a bigger key. So 1 5/16. Bigger wrench. And I think we're right about it. See this, the inner part should be just about even with the crankshaft, and then the inner one should sit about 1/8 inside the flywheel housing. Since it is a two-piece, they separate right in the middle, and that's it. Well guys, we picked up the 2000 Harbor Freight transmission jack. We tried the 800-pound. It did not want to lift. We had to return it. This 2,000 pounds seems to be doing the job, because this transmission is probably almost 1,000 pounds if you have the clutch mounted on it. We have the clutch on the input shaft, and that way all we have to do is just put in the 12 bolts, and then from the transmission access cover we could already secure the clutch to the flywheel, and that's it. Here we are in the back. All we gotta do is now lift it up. Okay, keep spinning. Now what we're doing is we're spinning using a tool. We're spinning the engine over and we're getting the bolts in. There's our little spacers that we put in earlier are falling out finally because we're mating up. Okay, that's good enough. Because we're mating up the clutch to the flywheel, so the release bearing is having more space. So now we could actually remove the spacer. See, they just fall right out. Okay. So guys, what are we doing today? We are cutting down the step. This is a 40-inch step down to 34 inches. And I'll show you guys why we're doing this on the W9. So here's this step, which we already shortened down. We cut one side down. Now we got all this room for a nice 8-inch stack that goes. It's going to be a Peterbilt stack. It's not going to have the Kenworth elbow that goes to the side. It's just going to be a straight stack. And we might remount these a little bit this way, move the tank just a tad bit. But this is already a 34-inch cut down step. You guys can see this ain't centered, but we're gonna get a nice stainless steel cover, which is gonna look good. Now guys, I didn't show you guys how I did it on that side, but I'll show you guys this step, how you shorten it up. So all I did is I just opened up the step, I made my mark. I'm gonna have the step 34 inches. So this inner piece I cut to 33.5 because the sides stick out a little bit. Now, since I got the cut, all I do is I grind off the hucks. It's just hucked, this side piece, and I just re-huck it or re-bolt it to this side over here. Basically, it's just as simple as that. Nothing to it. Just bottom, that, and there's two more at top right here, which is gonna mount up right here. And that's it. That's how you shorten up a step. Very simple. And then all you do is same thing with that. You just make your mark and you cut it down because the side pieces stay the same. The side stays the same, the middle is what gets cut. Okay, I got the side attached. So far all I did was just put the vice clamp and some vice grips just so I could drill out the new holes and bolt it up the side piece to the cut where I made.
Семнадцатиступенчатая Карабас. Тёма сел как родная, говорит. Седьмая с половиной.
Well guys, we took it out for a test drive. It runs good, shifts good, clutch works good. So now we're gonna go ahead and start on the air ride. We're leaving this bracket on for now. Once we finish the air ride, we're gonna switch over to the newer style rear bracket because it actually drops the truck another 2 inches. This one you want to get rid of it because it bolts from the bottom and sometimes it starts to crack. The newer one sits higher and bolts 3 on the side of the frame. I'll show you guys what that looks like in a little bit. All right guys, I removed the 2 bolts from right here. They're just long bolts. Once you remove those 2 bolts, all you do, you grab a 16 and you can pull this pin out of here.
It's a screw type, so you just gotta unscrew it all the way out and the release spring will pop right down. phone. We already got that side down. Nice. Hold that side, yep. What did they do by hand? It looks pretty good. This side they greased it really well. There was so much grease around here. Looks like they took care of the pins. No, not yet. Still going, yeah. Alright. Just like that.
Well guys, that's it for this weekend. So far all we did was just take apart the leaf springs. We're just gonna wait for new parts. We also took off the bracket, no leaf at all. We're gonna install right away new brackets and the newer style leaf spring. And we also test fitted the elbows for the new stacks. It's the Peterbilt style, so it's gonna be completely straight up. And this is the reason why we cut the steps, so we could fit it. As you guys can see, it's a 34-inch cut step, and all I could do is just put my fist through it. This way it leaves us more room a little bit to clean the stack. My T660 I had it way too close. It was hard to clean the side of the stacks. So I think with the 34-inch step probably looks the best with these stacks on a Kenworth. Not to mention the Kenworth steps are a little bit too bulky. This cleans it up a little bit better. And some guys move it up a little bit, but then I like this area right here. I did not want to move it up if you flip the brackets. So that's it, guys. I'll show you guys what's going on next week, but that's it for this weekend. Hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.